hours from collapse. That's how close the world's most dangerous ceasefire came to falling apart. Before a deal was struck, that could end a war that's already reshaped the Middle East. 4 months ago, a single airstrike killed the supreme leader of Iran. What followed was a war that sent oil prices past $100 a barrel, shut down one of the world's most critical shipping lanes, and brought 2 nations to the edge of something far worse. Now, the United States and Iran say they're ready to sign a deal to end it, but this story almost didn't have an ending at all. Let's rewind. February 28th, a joint US-Israeli strike kills Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. War erupts across the region. A fragile ceasefire is reached in April, but 10 days later, the US slaps a naval blockade on Iran's ports. Month after month, talks go nowhere. A face-to-face meeting between Vice President J.D. Vance and Iran's parliament speaker ends in failure. Then, this past Sunday, more than 14 hours locked in negotiations in Islamabad, and, just when a deal seemed within reach, disaster. Israel strikes a Hezbollah command center in the heart of Beirut. Iran begins preparing a massive retaliatory missile strike. Vance later admitted the US saw, in his words, a lot of evidence that Iran was about to unleash a large-scale attack on Israel. Trump went public, warning Netanyahu directly not to blow it. For hours, the entire deal hung in the balance. Then, Iran stood down. Here are the terms. The naval blockade lifts immediately. The Strait of Hormuz, strangled since February, sending energy prices spiraling, reopens Friday. Trump says the mines choking the strait will be cleared. In return, Iran agrees to a permanent halt to all military operations, including the fighting in Lebanon. But here's what they're not telling you. The nuclear question, the single most dangerous issue on the table, remains almost entirely unresolved. Vance claims Iran has agreed it will never build, pursue, or even attempt to buy a nuclear weapon. But Iran's own deputy foreign minister made no such commitment on the record. That fight over enrichment, sanctions, billions in frozen assets is being pushed into 60 days of future negotiations. And both sides can't even agree on who moves first. The markets didn't wait to find out. The instant the deal was announced, oil prices crashed from triple digits to around $83 a barrel. Stock markets in Japan and Korea surged nearly 5%. Relief swept through global markets. But is it premature? The official signing is set for Friday in Switzerland. Vance says he'll be there. Trump hasn't ruled out signing it himself, even as he boards a plane for G7 talks in France. A war that began with an assassination, a ceasefire that nearly broke, hours before it was finalized, and a nuclear standoff that hasn't even started. The fighting may be over. The real negotiation is just beginning.